What is up, guys? Thank you for tuning in to my first YouTube episode for the Sinister Files. I'm so glad I decided to take the leap and actually come over from Instagram onto YouTube and see where it goes. Now, the YouTube I just created and the Instagram will go hand in hand. The reason why I created this was I felt that there is a lot of posts from my Instagram that deserve more than just a paragraph. I mean, when it comes to serial killers, paranormal, aliens, government conspiracies, I mean, there's some stuff that you just can't cover in a couple of sentences. Um, I've always been intrigued in like the paranormal, all of that. So, I said, screw it, let me make a YouTube and an Instagram and see where it goes. And the Instagram, like overnight, just, I mean, literally blew up, and it's so awesome. The horror community on there is just they're great people. I mean, I'll post something, I'll get a lot of feedback, which I love. I love constructive criticism. Uh, and everybody was just so pumped, like, yeah, you have awesome stuff, and I love hearing that, because it means like, hey, I'm doing something, good, and people are liking it. So I finally get hit up from this dude. He's like, hey man, why wouldn't you ever think about making a YouTube? And I didn't really think about doing it, but until then. And I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and try this. So I'm pretty excited to be here. The future, I'm thinking about having like guest speakers on, just my posts, obviously, and then being able to do some Q&As. That would be pretty dope. And then also some giveaways. So looking very much forward to the future, and I'll also be on video. I wanted to be on video and everything, but right now I think it's just important to kind of build the foundation, whether it be with video or not video, and just get some content on my page. So this was kind of like an intro onto why I'm doing my YouTube, but I actually wanted to put one of my beginning posts that actually, looking back, made me want to start a YouTube. And that was the case of Betty and Barney Hill. Now, in September 1961, Betty and Barney Hill had an experience which was to shape all of the modern alien folklore. They were driving from Canada to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, near the resort of Indian Head, New Hampshire. They stopped their car in the middle of Route 3 to observe a strange light moving through in the sky. The next thing they knew, they were 35 miles further along their trip, and several hours had elapsed. Betty telephoned her close friend Major Paul Henderson at a nearby Air Force base to report a UFO sighting. Major Henderson found out that this was corroborated by two separate UFO reports from radar data from which two different Air Force installations nearby. All three reports are officially recorded in Project Blue Book. Then Betty began having nightmares. 2 weeks later, in her nightmares, she described being taken aboard an alien spacecraft and having medical experiments performed. As a result of these nightmares, Betty and Barney decided to undergo hypnosis in a separate sessions, and they described nearly identical experiences of being taken aboard an alien spacecraft by what we now call gray aliens. Short beings with huge black eyes and smooth gray skin. Both of the Hills had whole spectrum tests done. Betty was shown a star map, which she was able to memorize and reproduce later, and which has now been identified as showing the Zeta Reticuli as the aliens' home planet. After the experiments, they were taken back to their car in dazed condition and sent along their way. That story to me actually changed my whole perspective on everything, just for the fact that how like detailed it was, and that a lot of the stuff was on file. I mean, you had people in government saying, yeah, that actually did happen, and they're like, no, it didn't. So that really got me into like UFOs, and pretty much paranormal, and researching a lot for myself, and just being able to see like maybe what's really happening. And that's one of the things that I try to do with my YouTube and Instagram is getting getting to the truth of everything, and seeing how everything kind of flows together, and be able to get my own story and try to put it out there. That's my goal for my Instagram, my YouTube, and maybe start a podcast. The reason why I even want to lean toward podcasts is you know not everybody has time to watch a YouTube video. People go to the gym, people do all this stuff. That way I can connect with you guys more and just get some more content out there. That's the only way I feel I'm gonna grow. um well, thank you for listening to my first YouTube. It was very fun. It's very exciting, and I can't wait to actually, just put more stuff out there. Get some video on for you guys. Put some more of my stories together for you guys. I just want to thank you all for listening to me and staying tuned. And remember to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on notifications for any future posts. Thank you guys.